In Machu Picchu, they've put a community on top of a mountain, and that suggests that they wanted something other than just to build a city or a community. It has something else which was important to the Incas.
Beneath the most sacred temple in Machu Picchu, a hollow space has been detected. It's not a tomb, and it's not a treasure vault. It's something else entirely, something that points to a secret history. For years, theories about this hidden chamber were dismissed as fantasy. But now, irrefutable data confirms its existence. What was found inside is so groundbreaking that it challenges the official story of the Inca Empire itself. The truth is, we are just beginning to understand what was really built on that mountain. Secrets in stone. High in the Andes Mountains of Peru, nearly 8,000 feet above sea level, sits a city that shouldn't exist. Machu Picchu is a breathtaking marvel of stone, a citadel of temples, palaces, and homes clinging to a narrow mountain ridge. For centuries, it was a ghost, lost to the outside world and swallowed by the relentless jungle. You see, when American explorer Hiram Bingham was led to the site in 1911 by local farmers, he found a ruin so perfectly preserved it felt like a dream. But not all things are what they seem. What Bingham uncovered, and what millions of tourists have seen since, is only a fraction of the story. The most shocking fact is that an estimated 60% of Machu Picchu's structure is actually underground. A massive, complex network of foundations, retaining walls, and drainage systems holds the visible city in place. What many overlooked for decades is that the famous citadel itself is just the heart of a much larger complex known as the historic sanctuary of Machu Picchu, which spans over 125 square miles. This vast area is a rugged wilderness of steep mountains, dense cloud forests, and roaring rivers. Scattered throughout this landscape are dozens of other Inca sites, ceremonial platforms, agricultural terraces, and mysterious outposts connected by a web of ancient stone paths. Many people are crazy about the idea of finding lost cities, but the thing is, Machu Picchu was never truly lost to the local people. It was just hidden from the rest of the world. The Inca Empire, which flourished in the 15th and early 16th centuries, was the largest in the pre-Columbian Americas. They were master engineers, creating thousands of miles of roads and structures so perfectly built they could withstand earthquakes without mortar. Their stonework is legendary. Massive blocks were cut and fitted together so tightly that you can't slip a knife blade between them. This city was likely a royal estate for the Emperor Pachacuti, a sacred religious site, and a hub for astronomical observation. Its location was no accident. It's surrounded by sacred peaks, known as Apus, and the Urubamba River coils around it like a serpent, creating a place of immense spiritual power. But when the Spanish conquistadors arrived in the 1530s, the empire collapsed. For reasons still debated by historians, the Spanish never found Machu Picchu. It was abandoned by the Inca and slowly reclaimed by the jungle, its secrets kept safe for nearly 400 years. Even after its rediscovery, the sheer difficulty of the terrain meant that large parts of the surrounding sanctuary remained unexplored. Archaeologists knew there had to be more out there, hidden beneath the thick vegetation. For years, they were limited to grueling expeditions on foot, hacking through the jungle with machetes. But recently, a new technology has given them an almost supernatural ability to see through the forest, revealing structures that have been invisible for half a millennium. This new view is rewriting the map, and it led directly to an incredible discovery: a new map of the past. The game-changing technology that unlocked Machu Picchu's secrets is called LiDAR, which stands for light detection and ranging. To put it mildly, it's like giving archaeologists X-ray vision. A drone or a small plane flies over the landscape, firing down millions of laser pulses per second. These lasers pierce through the dense leaves and branches of the jungle canopy, bounce off the ground, and return to a sensor. By measuring the time it takes for each pulse to return, a computer can create an incredibly detailed three-dimensional map of the terrain, digitally stripping away all the vegetation. For the first time, researchers could see the true shape of the land as the Inca saw it. When the research team first processed the LiDAR data from the areas around the main citadel, they were stunned. On their screens, the jungle vanished, and an entire network of hidden structures emerged from the digital soil. What many overlooked were the faint, straight lines and sharp 90-degree angles that are the telltale signs of human construction. The scans revealed dozens of previously unknown agricultural terraces on the surrounding hillsides, far more extensive than anyone had imagined. They found new buildings, likely used by farmers or as storage depots. And most importantly, they discovered a brand new ceremonial complex, smaller than the main city, but intricately designed, located at a site called Incalacta, near one of the Inca trails. But the most tantalizing discovery came from scans focused on the main citadel itself. The data showed anomalies, strange voids, and geometric shapes hidden within the existing structures. One area, in particular, drew their attention. Tucked away in a less visited part of the city, behind a seemingly solid stone wall, the LiDAR registered a hollow space. It wasn't a random crack or a natural fissure in the rock. It was a perfect rectangle, about 10 feet long and 6 feet wide, the unmistakable signature of a man-made chamber. The thing nobody tells you is that finding a new room in a place as famous as Machu Picchu is the archaeological equivalent of discovering a new pyramid at Giza. It was a space that had been deliberately sealed and hidden from view. The question was immediate and electrifying. What was inside? For centuries, rumors had swirled about a secret tomb, the final resting place of the great emperor Pachacuti himself, hidden somewhere within his mountain estate. Could this be it? The data was compelling, but it was just a digital ghost. The only way to know for sure was to go in. An international team got permission for a limited, non-invasive exploration, a sacred secret. After months of careful planning, a team of archaeologists and engineers began their investigation. Drilling into the ancient walls was out of the question. The risk of causing irreparable damage to the UNESCO World Heritage Site was too great. Instead, they used tiny, high-resolution endoscopic cameras, the kind used in surgery, which could be fed through existing cracks between the massive stones. With painstaking precision, they guided the thin, flexible camera into the darkness behind the wall. On the monitor, a grainy image flickered to life. It wasn't a tomb filled with gold. It wasn't a storage room. It was something far more unexpected and, to the researchers, far more valuable. The hidden chamber was a marvel of hydraulic engineering. The space was designed around a central stone basin, intricately carved from a single piece of granite. Leading into this basin was a series of narrow water channels, also carved from stone, that seemed to emerge directly from the mountain itself. These channels were connected to a sophisticated underground aqueduct system, drawing water from a sacred spring located higher up the mountain. Even more incredible, another set of channels led out of the basin, guiding the water through the floor and back out of the chamber, where it rejoined the complex water system that flows through the entire city. The room was, in essence, a perfectly preserved ceremonial water temple. You see, for the Inca, water was not just for drinking or farming. It was a sacred life force, a powerful deity, and a conduit to the spiritual world. The researchers realized this chamber was a private, ritual space likely used by high priests or even the emperor himself for purification ceremonies. Here, they would connect with the Apus, the mountain spirits, through the lifeblood of the earth itself, the water flowing from the sacred spring. The walls of the chamber were lined with trapezoidal niches, a classic feature of Inca religious architecture. Though they were empty, these niches would have held sacred objects, or huacas, such as small idols, precious textiles, or offerings of coca leaves and corn. The most shocking fact was the chamber's location. It was deliberately hidden, suggesting its use was restricted to a very select few. This wasn't a public temple. It was a place for the most intimate and powerful spiritual rituals. This discovery radically changes our understanding of Machu Picchu. What was once thought of primarily as a royal palace or a fortress is now revealing itself to be a far more complex, spiritual and ceremonial center. The city wasn't just a place to live. It was an instrument designed to channel and interact with the forces of nature. The discovery proved that beneath the familiar stones lies a layer of secrets we're only now beginning to uncover. A city reborn. So what is the truth? After all this, the incredible discovery, the advanced technology, the promise of a history-changing find, where does that leave the mystery of Machu Picchu? People watching this are looking for a dramatic answer, for a tomb filled with unimaginable treasures. The thing is, the real treasure found in that hidden chamber isn't gold or jewels, it's knowledge. The discovery of this private water temple forces us to completely reevaluate why Machu Picchu was built and how it functioned. Let's bring this all down to earth. For decades, the popular narrative was that Machu Picchu was primarily a royal estate, a sort of mountain getaway for the Emperor Pachacuti. And you can see this everywhere, from tour guides to history books. But the existence of such a sophisticated and secretive ceremonial chamber suggests that the city's spiritual purpose was far more central than previously believed. This wasn't just a vacation home with a chapel. This was a powerful spiritual engine, meticulously designed to connect the Inca elite with their gods. The entire layout of the city, its alignment with the stars and mountains, and its complex water systems were all part of a grand cosmic plan. For generations, the story of Machu Picchu seemed written in stone, a settled history we thought we understood. It was the grand estate of the formidable Inca emperor, Pachacuti, a symbol of his power and vision constructed around 1450. We imagined it as a royal retreat, a citadel in the clouds that was abruptly abandoned and lost to time. But what if that story, the one told in countless textbooks and documentaries, was only half the truth? What if the foundation of this breathtaking city was not built on the ambition of a single ruler, but on a secret, far older and more sacred? Are we missing a key detail? Perhaps the biggest one of all. Recent archaeological work, using non-invasive technologies to see beneath the hallowed ground, has unveiled something that changes everything. A hidden, sealed chamber directly beneath the famous Temple of the Sun. Inside, there were no royal treasures or burial goods. There was something far more profound, an intricate network of channels carved directly into the mountain's bedrock, designed to guide the flow of a natural spring through the heart of the chamber. It was a space built, not for a dead king, but for living water. This discovery, combined with the new timeline from recent radiocarbon dating, which shows the site is actually several decades older than we thought, paints a new picture. It pushes the city's origins back before Pachacuti's reign, suggesting he was not the founder, but an inheritor. The evidence forces us to a stunning conclusion. Machu Picchu may have been a sacred pilgrimage site long before Pachacuti made it his own. The water temple could be one of the oldest and most important parts of the entire complex, the original reason for building on this specific sacred ridge. This new evidence suggests that the story of Machu Picchu isn't just about one emperor. It's about a deeper, older connection to the landscape. The Inca didn't just build on the mountain, they built the mountain into their city. The hidden chamber is the ultimate proof of this philosophy. It's a man-made space designed to harness a natural, sacred element, blurring the line between architecture and nature itself. To put it mildly, this find shifts our focus from the lives of kings to the spiritual beliefs that built an empire. The true gold of the Inca was not a medal, but their profound understanding of the world around them. The truth is, this single hidden chamber has unlocked a new way of seeing the entire city. It hasn't solved the mystery of Machu Picchu. It has made it deeper, richer, and more awe-inspiring than we ever imagined. We are no longer just admiring the ruins of a palace. We are bearing witness to a monument built for water, for stone, and for a faith that saw the divine in the earth itself, flowing silently beneath their feet. So, if a chamber this important could remain hidden for 500 years, what else is still waiting to be found beneath the stones? Let us know your theories below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more incredible discoveries.